I have never had more respect for single parents like I have right now. That must be the hardest job ever. Even just thinking about it alone, I am blown away as to how you can actually manage. Wow. Actually blown away. The reason why I can say this now and even like respect single parents now more than ever is because of the past few weeks. I have been shocked, I have been blown away, I have been overstimulated, overwhelmed, I have cried, I have laughed, I have had the best time of my life. And to even think there are people that would have to go through all these things alone without a community or someone around them to help, those are superhuman powers right there. Nobody can tell me otherwise. I have been a mom for like 2 minutes now. It's been a few weeks actually, and I have learned a lot. I have experienced a lot, and a lot of things have humbled me. Now, these are 5 things among the plethora of things that I could list that have surprised me. These are just 5 things I randomly picked, and I was like, actually, I never knew this. I never knew this before having this experience. And I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually mention this. So, yeah, 5 things that personally I've experienced that I didn't know before now. Number 1, postpartum recovery is super important. It is a non-negotiable. You have to have, personally in my experience, at least 2 weeks of proper rest. I'm not saying after those 2 weeks you just like go back to factory settings and be like on your way, but at least you need 2 weeks to be able to start life again. Basically, I used to be very proactive, feel like I'm superhuman. I want to carry the whole burden of the whole family. I want to do everything all the time. And after the kind of experience with labor and everything I had, I started contracting on Wednesday, finally had the baby on a Sunday morning. So after having Evie, all I wanted to do was just rest. But because my brain has been wired to think, okay, now you have the baby, now it's go time, go. I literally wanted to like get off my ass and just start working. And I just really thank God for my husband Ozzy. I thank God for my mom and for the huge community I have, my friends from church and even my friends that have had babies before, like in other cities. They were like, Dorcas, sit behind down. So literally when I came back from the hospital, because we still had to stay in the hospital for a couple of days, as soon as I got back home, Ozzy literally warned me, he's like, you're not getting out of this room. Thank God our room is like an ensuite, so we have a bathroom in our room. So he's like, all I ask of you is you go from the bed to the bathroom. All I did literally in those 2 weeks was get out of bed, get in the shower, come back to bed, or go pee and come back to bed. And I needed that. Throughout that time, in fact, Ozzy and my mom did not even really need to cook because my church members were bringing food to our house for a whole month after I had the baby. Every single day, someone new was bringing food, and so we didn't really have to worry about food. Doesn't mean that after you have those 2 weeks, you will now still go back to factory settings, pre-pregnancy, and be all strong. You still need to pace yourself. I wish I listened to my own advice, because as soon as those 2 weeks were over, I literally flew out of bed and I was just being a busybody around the house. And unfortunately, I had a huge relapse that took me back to the hospital again. Take your time with recovery. Chill. Rest. And that's why I started this video with saying that I respect single parents. Because imagining that you don't have this luxury of having like a community that would support you and help you with your baby so that you can recover, it's just crazy to me. Because it's too hard. It's too hard to imagine that you do it on your own. It's too hard. Then the second thing that really humbled me and shocked me about having a baby is the drop in your hormone levels on day 5. When I first found out about this, I was very shocked. Usually when you're pregnant, your estrogen and progesterone levels increase, right? But then on day 5 after birth, they literally have like a huge sharp drop back to pre-pregnancy levels, and that can affect you in a lot of ways. But the one that was like most significant to me was the emotional drop. You just realize that you don't feel like the same. You get like extra emotional. I didn't know this. So on day 5 I remember Ozzy was downstairs making me food. My mom was making food for Eve, and I was with him, and he started crying and he was screaming. And I didn't even realize when or what happened, but I just felt so overwhelmed and overstimulated in the moment that I literally started bawling my eyes out carrying him. My mom literally ran into the room to carry him away from me. And they did not bring him close to me for a couple of hours until like I calmed down, and then they brought him back. I didn't even know what it was at first until I was talking to a friend that also just had a baby, and she was like, "Oh, Dorcas, have you had the day 5 drop?" And I was like, "What's that?" She's like, "Oh, the hormone drop." Like when I had mine, I literally lashed out at my husband. So I was like, "Oh, that's what it was. I didn't know that." I wish someone told me. It's like you're having the blues, but all in one day, and it's just like you just feel like very, very just low, very emotional, or some women are very like angry, or it's just different ways that we react to it. But mine was getting really overstimulated by my baby, and I just thank God for my mom acting fast and taking him away and allowing me to catch my breath and calm down. Ozzy gave me a hug, which was really nice, and I just like stayed there. Also, why did newborns sound like a dinosaur and a pterodactyl came together and had a baby? They are so noisy. They're so noisy. They make like weird sounds. Like my baby could just be out of nowhere, and I'm just like, what is going on? I remember the first time we would hear him make all the sounds, we would panic. We'd be like, oh, Google, like we were so worried his breathing is like too loud, or he's like snoring. We'll be so scared. Until I spoke to my midwife, and she was like, "Oh, that's totally normal. Babies do that all the time." Well, someone would have told us, at least we wouldn't have had to panic. But we were literally panicking because I thought this is not normal. My baby is like having this kind of, I don't know, reaction, and I don't like it, but it's absolutely normal. We usually call Evie our little rad, like radiator, because he's so loud. He's literally so loud. Now I understand why some parents can sleep away from their babies and not have to like have their eyes on the babies 24/7, because you hear them. You don't literally have to see them. You hear them breathing. I think God did that for a reason. So mothers and fathers that tend to be very nervous wouldn't have to worry because they can hear that baby all the way from the other end of the room breathing loudly. In pregnancy hunger, right? You are just minding your business, good about your day, all of a sudden, pew, you have that low and like your body starts vibrating and you need to eat, you need to eat, you need to eat. That happened to me, but not a lot. Like it will happen to me, but like in the first trimester, that's when I had a lot of that. A little bit in the second trimester, but not really. And then the third trimester, it wasn't too bad. But with breastfeeding, oh my God. With breastfeeding, you literally have to feed your baby every 2 hours. Sometimes my baby feeds every hour. Yeah, so imagine having to eat after every feed. Literally, I feel like after every feed, I'm like, oh God, I am so hungry. Somebody give me food now. I just finished breastfeeding a few minutes ago, and my body was literally vibrating. I was like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Thank God I had like a huge piece of cake in the fridge, and I just downed it because I needed like that spike of sugar before I now had something to eat. The hunger is insane. I didn't experience this kind of drop when I was pregnant. Breastfeeding is just like, give me food. So the baby has sucked everything out of me. It's crazy. Finally, the last thing that really shocked me about having a baby is the kind of clinginess that they have. I mean, I know of a fact they're dependent on you for life, they're dependent on you for literally feeding and everything. So you have to have like them around you, or at least with someone responsible all the time. But I didn't realize that it was actually all the time. The first 2 weeks where I had my mom and Ozzy, that was easy. I didn't even really notice that he always had to have somebody. I knew that somebody was always with him anyway, but it wasn't too overwhelming for me. But now that Ozzy is back to work, mom is now in charge of like cooking. I am more in charge of baby during the day, and I realized that he doesn't like to be put down. He wants to be carried all the time. And I'm sure for some people it might be like, that's okay, like I want to cuddle my baby anyway, so I love it, it's perfect. But for someone like me that wants to go about her day and do things and like clean the house, or just, create or do things in my life, it's like, oh my God, baby, please stay down. Like literally, you'd sleep off and I'll just put him down thinking, oh, okay, I can go about and brush my teeth and have something to eat, and he's just like 2 seconds after I just walk away from the bed, he's like, yeah, and I'm just like, oh God. So you have to carry it again. So I got like a baby carrier that just helps me move around while I like do the things I have to do. But that's quite difficult, you know. I remember I posted it on my TikTok and this lady said, "Oh, you have a Velcro baby." I didn't even know that was a thing. Velcro babies. Oh wow. Like babies are very clingy. And I was like, it's really hard. But then this comment on my YouTube really just brightened my day and made me see things in a whole new light. And now I appreciate the time I have with him more, because I'm not always gonna have this. One day he's gonna grow up and he's gonna not even want to have all the cuddles and the skin to skin as he wants to right now. So while I have it, why not appreciate it instead of thinking it's so big of a burden? I think with all of these things that I mentioned, all of these shockers, it still boils down to the same thing: appreciating and enjoying this moment, because I wouldn't ever have them again. I might have it again, but with another child. It would never be with Evie. So why not enjoy this moment? I think we can even take this lesson to all aspects of our lives. Sometimes we are going through something in the moment and we feel like, oh my god, it's so overwhelming, this is really hard, and I just want it to end. How about we see life from a different lens, to appreciate where we are at the moment, to be grateful for the things that we have, and to enjoy them, knowing that we might never have this experience again. Alright guys, that's the end of today's video. I just wanted to have like a really intimate heart-to-heart, because I've not been here to just chat in a while, and I felt like I should do this, and I'm glad I did. Until next time, thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you for liking and for subscribing and for commenting. I really appreciate it. And for everyone that's checked up on me while I've been away, thank you so much. Even though I might not post long form videos, I'll definitely still be on my shorts, posting short form videos, so you can catch me there. Alright guys, bye.